So you guys probably wonder all the time, how do I get so many stubs in MLB The Show 25 Diamond Dynasty, especially being a no money spent player? I haven't spent a single dime on this game. The only thing I've bought is the Jackie Robinson bundle, which the community has said that it doesn't count if you're doing no money spent, and it's only like 5,000 stubs. It all goes to a charity. But regardless, how do I make so many stubs in this game? Now, obviously, I make a lot of content talking about my roster update investments, and that is a big thing, but that's not everything. That is a big portion of how I make stubs, but there's another way that I've mentioned in the past. I mentioned it in my How I Got Beltron video. I got Beltron 2 weeks from launch, and it's kind of repetitive, but it's a very, very simple way to make stubs. So let's get into it. So I have around 500,000 stubs, and I spend most of the stubs that I get from roster updates directly into the next roster update. I don't spend literally every stub I make off a roster update, but I do spend around 60 to 70% of the stubs I make on the next roster update, so it's exponential growth. So let me explain how I make the rest of my stubs. Let's go to Diamond Quest. Now, in my Beltron video, I mentioned that I've just done Diamond Quests over and over and over, and I didn't really go too in-depth on my method. So today I'm going to be going in-depth. So if you go to Diamond Quest, there are so many different Diamond Quests available that can make you a lot of stubs. This new All-Star Game one, if you get both Baez and Vlad, that's around 60K. I mean, they're each like 30K. Let me just scroll through all of these. This is just the starter one. The Prime one isn't really worth it because you aren't guaranteed the epic rewards. You're pretty much guaranteed the rare rewards. I mean, occasionally you won't get them. But getting a deluxe Prime pack, like the highest Prime card is 6K, so that one's not worth it. The Summer one, not bad. I mean, these guys are, what, like 15K-ish? I don't know. The rest of these are kind of the same, but there are two to three Diamond Quests that I've been shuffling through that give you the most stubs. The first one is the All-Star Game one that I just mentioned. And then there are two more. New Threads, and then the Pipeline one, which is one I'm going to walk you guys through. These three are the ones that make you the most stubs by far. Like, it is not even close. So before I get into the Diamond Quest, I just want to show you guys how much you'll be making if you complete one Diamond Quest. So let's start with Pipeline. Pipeline isn't the one I do the most. I kind of do New Threads the most, and I've been doing more All-Star ever since it's come out. But Noah Schultz, 9,000 stubs. Bazana, 17K. So I'm just doing these numbers generally rounding in my head. 26K. And then if we go down to Chase Burns, another 10K, that's 36K. Matt Shaw, 46K. Taxes, 10%. So that's around 4.6 from taxes. So give or take 40K, and you're not going to get all four cards every time. So you're pretty much going to be averaging around 35K for the Pipeline Diamond Quest. For New Threads, let's take a look at Walker Buehler. He's around 7.5. Who's the other one? It's what's his name? Yeah, Willie Adames, 9.4. So that's 10 and 7. That's like 17. And then if we go down to Jason Hayward, another 7.5. And then who's the last one? Jake Berger, 8. So that's 15. It's like around the same as the Pipeline. And again, you're also not guaranteed all four. So, keep that in mind. But most of the time, you'll be getting all four with the way that I do Diamond Quest. And then let's go to the All-Star guys. So we have Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who's 30K. And then we have Javier Baez, who's also 30K. So that's much more, but there's more risk, which I'll get into. Just to continue comparing these, if we look at the reward breakdown, okay, that's actually, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to show you guys the actual reward breakdown because that's what I got in the Diamond Quest, which we'll get into later. But let's take a look at New Threads. You're going to want to be looking at the percentages for the right side. Rare is typically going to be in the 90s every single run. Epic is where you're going to start making your stubs. Those odds aren't bad. And then if we go to the All-Star, I think they're about the same this one's a little lower. But anyway, those are the three that make the most stubs. I do New Threads the most, I would say. but I still do some pipeline, and I've been doing a lot of All-Star lately. So let's stop talking and let's get into the actual Diamond Quest for pipeline. As you can see, I have the map fully complete. Now, there are two different ways that you can go about doing, there are three actually, that you can go doing the map. So first, I am going to address the bunt method that isn't really as popular anymore. Now, I don't think there is a problem with doing the bunt method. You're just playing the game and you're winning the game and you're getting the cards. Basically, what the bunt method was is you would load a team up with guys who have 99 bunting and speed. You would go into Diamond Quest. You would just go straight down and left and right, and then you'd speed run the stadium challenges, and then when you play the games, you would play them on GOAT difficulty and just bunt in runners and score, and then win the games and pitch and hope you don't give up runs. They tried to nerf it. They did an update which made bunting less effective in Diamond Quest. I don't really do this method, so I don't know if it worked. Some people say they can still do it. Some people say it's not as good anymore. But you can choose if you want to do that. I just wouldn't. Another way, the way that I do it, which is more time consuming, is to just do the whole map and just speed run the whole map. I found this method way more profitable because when you do the whole map and you get odds like this, these are the best odds that I've ever had in Diamond Quest. 100% across the board. I can just play these games on rookie and chill. But most of the time, I will be playing on Hall of Fame. I'm a Hall of Fame warrior. I make World Series every season, and that's it. I can't go any higher. I'm terrible on Legend, but I'm really freaking good on Hall of Fame. So that's where I found my niche in Diamond Quest. If you're not good on Hall of Fame, it's fine. Go to All-Star. Just do the highest difficulty possible that you will be winning most of the time. 90% of the time, you would win on All-Star or Veteran or Hall of Fame or Legend or farther down. Pick the difficulty that you feel very comfortable on, but is the most difficult because you'll have higher percentages. So I typically just do the whole map and speed run it and just do it as fast as I can, and then get to the stadium challenges, play both games, and then end the Diamond Quest. It takes more time to do the whole map, but there are benefits to it. Obviously, the more challenges you complete, the more percent you get. Like every time you complete a challenge successfully, your odds will go up to get the cards, which means you'll be making more stubs because you'll have a better chance at getting the cards. That's just kind of my thought process. Yeah, I could do like half the map and then have worse odds, and maybe I could be making more stubs, but I think I'd be making less stubs because I'd be getting less cards to sell. So ultimately, I've just been doing the whole map every single time. You basically do one Diamond Quest every single hour. It takes me around 60 minutes to complete one. And let's say you get 30 to 40K on average. The math on that is really good. And another thing too is that it's not like you're just doing nothing for the full hour of Diamond Quest. You're going to be getting PXP. If you want, you can get other missions done. You can build like your grind team and get missions done as well. I wouldn't do it in the stadium games if you're playing on a high difficulty. Everything else is pretty much fine. You do get PXP in the showdowns. You do get PXP in the stadium challenges, but you don't get PXP for the moments. So keep that in mind. But regardless, that's kind of how I do Diamond Quest. It's kind of simple. I just do the entire map over and over and over. And yeah, it can get boring at times, but man, you'll make stubs fast. So I'm going to use the All-Star guys as an example. Now, obviously take this with a grain of salt because you're not going to be getting both of them every single time. But let's say, so I already went over this. Vladdy and Baez are both 30K. 60K, taxes are 6K, gets you down to 54. I'll trim off another 10,000 stubs just based on average of not getting both guys with the odds. So let's say you do the All-Star Diamond Quest over and over. You'll make an average of around, give or take, 40 to 45K every single run. If you grind that over and over and over like I have, I think I've done, I don't know how many Diamond Quests I've completed. It's, by the end of the year, probably going to get to 1,000, which is kind of crazy for me to say. Yeah, I don't touch grass. I do. But, back when I was going for Beltron, I was doing like 7 or 8 Diamond Quests per day. I was grinding my ass off to get these stubs to get this collection done. And ever since I got Beltron, I don't do it as much. I've done like there are some days where I just don't do any. When new content comes out, there are some days where I just want to play College Football 26 instead. Now that that game's out, but I would say I average around five or six Diamond Quests a week, which is like once a day, which is an hour a day. Let's say you do that and you get 45k every single time. Doing 45k times 6, that's a little below 300,000 stubs per week that you're making by just playing the game. That's the end game of this video, is the repetition of Diamond Quest loads your account with stubs. I'm telling you guys, it makes so many freaking stubs. I don't know what I would do this year if I didn't have Diamond Quest. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I hope I explained things pretty well. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. I always respond to comments, obviously. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. But most importantly, make sure to subscribe on here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys next one. Peace.